Welcome. Today I'll show you how to do a swap between Dero and PulseChain on TELATOMIC Swaps V5. Uh, yeah, it's just got to get your Swaps app loaded up here. So you can find that either it's on Tela, but yeah, you can either enter in the smart contract ID or find it in the list when you're searching, hopefully. But anyway, it's the V5, had a couple little fixes and whatnot. So I would use this one. This one I'm running off a local host because that way I can connect two wallets. So anyway, to get started, you just connect up. Alright, so I have to allow, let's see. And this is getting whenever there's new block heights, or most of the time. Okay. So that one's hooked up to Dero. MetaMask, you have to enable the site or local host or whatever. And then when you're all connected, you'll see that. So connect up the other one. Alright, so if you want to make a swap, if you want to be an offer maker, you just put in, say, I want one Dero for 10,000 PulseChain. Create bid. Alright, I made the offer. So we'll just say that this person comes along and sees the offer and accepts it, and go from there. So you can click refresh bid list. Oh, there it goes. You can click that to check quicker instead of waiting. Sometimes the daemon or whatever doesn't send the new block heights every single time, so it only refreshes when it gets a new one. So sometimes you can speed it up by clicking this button. Anyhow, I'll just accept that offer. So what I'm going to be doing is installing a smart contract with, let's see, I guess I'm, okay. Alright, so I gotta lock up my one Dero anyway, for the first guy. So we'll do that. Alright, so it'll show up here. It just took me over to offers that I took, and it'll show up there. There we go. That one's no longer available. So at this point, the offer maker doesn't have any risk because he hasn't locked any funds up anywhere yet. So the risk part is basically just after you lock it up, you gotta wait around for the offer taker to basically provide you the key and all that, so you can get your funds out. If they take a long time, then you gotta wait until they're done. But anyway, you'll always have at least 12 hours. It won't let you accept something where you won't have 12 hours. Anyhow, let me refresh this here. There we go. Yeah, it's not auto updating. You can switch it to like a timer based thing so it refreshes every 30 seconds by unchecking that. Let me install this here. Also, you'll have a little orange indicator when that means you have to do something. So you could have like whatever other website open over here, and you say, oh, but you have to leave it on one of these options. Active offers is best probably for that. everybody. Alright, click allow. So I'm installing the Dero contract. I'll be locking this up for 2 days this time. So I gotta wait for that to go through. I can go check over here and see, oh look. And we wait. So whenever that's confirmed, I guess it didn't work. Okay, I'll have to do it again here. I gotta wait for this to show. Okay, we'll try it again. Didn't go through, I guess. Alright, come on. You can do it. Yep. I guess it dropped my installation this time, so gotta do it again. Alright, worked that time. Good. So now that it worked, that means I gotta post the contract ID to the index. So we'll do that, and the other guy can see that at least that much progress has been made. Next I gotta fund it, so I'll get that done. Alright. Progress is being made. Alright, so I gotta wait for the fund button to show up. Mostly it's just waiting. Takes a little while, but it's fairly fast. Alright, here we go. So here, this is the automatically generated key. Just make sure you download the latest one, whatever it is. So we're gonna basically create a key and lock it up into the smart contract now. So we'll just use whatever that is. Okay, I'll download the file. Alright, I guess I need it later. Okay. Alright, waiting on that. So, alright, so now I have to deposit. Okay. Try it again. Network is not being friendly today. Let's refresh that. Okay, there we go. Alright, get a different key, I guess. Download it again, make sure I have the latest key. That'll be that one. Okay. Let's try to deposit again. So as soon as this user sees that I was locked up for them, and they'll deposit theirs. And then the other user again will see that, and then they unlock it with that key, and that gives the first user the key to unlock their funds, essentially. So, just waiting for the deposit here. Usually it's not much of a problem, but yeah, they're giving me trouble. If you run your own node, you won't have this kind of trouble, but I'm being lazy, so maybe a third time will be the charm here. If I try too quickly, then I don't think you can do more than one smart contract call for at least the same contract in one block, so just gotta make sure that doesn't happen. Alright, I guess I gotta download it again. Whatever the latest one is. Okay, let's try it again. Hey, it worked. That was fast. Alright. So now it's this one's turn. Alright, so yeah, this is what the 12 hours is about. Basically, they're locked up for 2 days and you lock up for 1 day. So, but after like a certain amount of time, they can unlock yours or whatever. So, you just want to make sure that if you do continue from at this point, that like right now you'll have 24 hours because you're getting it right away, but you'll have less time. Like say you didn't notice or you didn't come back and check for a while and you got like 2 hours left, you may consider just not doing anything, or if you know that you won't be able to get back to the computer, you know, in the right amount of time. Anyway, it won't let you not have 12 hours, you know, leeway. So anyhow, I'll continue here. Get this done. Alright, that's pretty cheap. So this, like, if there's a spike on PulseChain when you're going to install the contract, what you do to get a different quote, sometimes it's quicker to click OK and then cancel. And go back instead of just canceling there, and you'll get a new quote quicker. I think both ways will give you a new quote, but it's like it caches the result for a little while. So anyhow, confirm that. Okay, so now I gotta post that to the index. Let the other guy know that one's installed. That'll show up here. And here. This is the other one. You can always go and check on the progress. So anyhow, it'll let me know one way or another. I guess that's not grayed out. Don't click it again. I don't think it went. Or did it go? No. Let's see. Okay, so it failed. Yeah, okay, so in this case, like, just want to click OK and try to post it again. Otherwise, like if you cancel out here and leave and come back, you'll have to reinstall another one. We've already installed it and just have to post it to the index. So better to not install 2 contracts if you don't need to. There we go. Alright, that went through. Wonderful. So now I guess we'll fund it. There we go. let's see, warning deal here. Yeah, it warns you twice. So. It warns you each time when you install and when you fund it. So it's just another warning. Okay, so that succeeded. Anyway, let's try this again. Let me download the smart contract IDs. There's like a feature where you could do emergency withdrawal if you're an offer maker, but like say there was a loss in your access to whatever the latest database is for Dero or whatever the latest, so you'd at least have like records or whatever. Anyway, I'll just continue here. Okay, so that's funded and posted and all that. This one should be ready any minute to withdraw theirs. So yeah, I mean, if you have like do way too many swaps, it could take a while for a little while to load up. Like to load this, it takes a couple of seconds or whatever because I got several that I've already done. And yeah, so if you have like hundreds of swaps, it might take a little while to load the page at first, or to load up your old offers. But anyhow, I gotta wait here. Got an RPC error. What happened? I guess we're back. Alright, so I'm gonna withdraw. So let's save it because I didn't close the page, but otherwise you have to grab that download and put in the key to unlock. If any of the steps break down anywhere along the line, eventually it times out and you'll get to refund your Dero here. So there's no real risk, especially if you're an offer taker. It'll either be locked up in the contract and you'll be able to find it, or whatever. Anyhow, so I'm going to withdraw. And voila, this one's done. They got theirs. Now this will be next. Just be a matter of withdrawing. There we go. Let's do it. Anyhow, so that's the deal with this. It looks like it's done alright. Just make sure it worked or whatever. Yeah, I would wait for that to confirm. It doesn't always gray everything out like it probably ought to, but I'm trying to cram all this stuff into a small and readable thing for other coders if they want to look at it and confirm that it's actually safe. So far, nobody's lost any funds. Anyhow, any questions, let me know. Just figured I'd let you check it out and you can see for yourself.